Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of August 16th, 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, my love, keep in mind this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. I already released those readings. However, tarot card of the week is intended to be a message to you from source, something that they want you to consider this week so you can make a decision that is best for you and your life at this time. With all of that said, now let's begin tapping into the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is their tarot card for the week of August 16th, 2026? What is their tarot card of the week? One more shuffle. Thank you. Your tarot card of the week, the Hermit. Who else had the Hermit? What situation in your life is asking you to look within? I think Scorpio had that. At the bottom of the deck, you have Queen of Pentacles. What situation in your life has value? Okay, the Hermit. Tell me why the Hermit is the tarot card of the week here for the Sagittarius collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What situation in your life is asking you to look within? One more shuffle here. Thank you. I get this for you a lot. Some of you you're either dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you have a lot of earth in your chart. So let's see where we go with this. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Phoenix. Your deck is the only deck that has this card, as well as the Celestial Weaver in this deck. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles. The underlining energy here is the Strength card, the Ace of Cups, and the Three of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here for Sag this week? Okay. The Four of Pentacles wanted to show itself. One more shuffle. Okay, thank you. The Tower fell out of the deck. And the Eight of Swords. Why the Ten of Wands? One more shuffle. Thank you. Ten of Wands is clarified by Five of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Why the Phoenix? One more shuffle. Thank you. Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? One more shuffle. Thank you. This is clarified by the Six of Swords, the Empress, and the Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. Knight of Pentacles, clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Eight of Swords. I feel like there's something in your life, situation, environment, or connection. It offers your life stability, but only up to a certain point. Four of Pentacles. Like, it's a job you can count on. It'll always be there. You get your paycheck every week or every other week, but you're restricted. Again, it offers your life stability, but there's no more growth. There's no more, maybe it's a small company. There's no other place for you to, elevate to be promoted to. Maybe it's just like you and the owner, or it's a larger company, but you've gone as far as you can with that position or with that department. I feel restrictive energy here. Like, yes, it's structured and it's stable, but it can't go beyond that. Same thing if this is a relationship with a friend or a family member, or a romantic partner. It could be in regards to housing. We have to keep in mind it's a collective general reading. So again, you have an apartment, you could fix it up. There's only so much you can do to an apartment. You can't treat it like it's a home. You can't just pave the driveway or put an in-ground pool in the backyard, So there's something here in your life, situation, environment, connection. It offers you a level of structure and stability, and it's consistent in that Knight of Pentacles. Like, again, it's dependable, but you seem to be very much up in your head, like, is this all there is? Should I move on? Should I find another job? Should I, find another place to live? Has this relationship, whomever this person is, has it gone as far as it can go? The Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is clarified by the Five of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. If this is your message, you have been going back and forth for a good minute, and for others of you, up to 2 years. Like, do I really walk away from this job, this, again, situation, this environment, this connection? The Phoenix here says, you know within you that you can rise up from this, right? The Phoenix is rising up from the ashes. So there's a part of you that knows, I am capable of completely moving on from this and rebuilding my life, of finding another job, finding another place where to live. You know, there's a part of you that knows this may be stuck, but I'm not stuck. I know I can do better. I know that I can find better. 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. So the feeling here is, I know I can do better, but I'm having a little bit of resistance moving on from this because, again, it's structured and it's stable. So the 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, the Empress, and the Ace of Swords. I feel like this week, universe, source, God, whomever, whatever it is that you believe in, it's asking you to go within and to just speak the truth to yourself when it concerns this, you know, situation, environment, or connection. Is it best for you to move on from it? There's also something here about you seeing your intrinsic value, that you are fully capable of doing better for yourself than this. Like, you're the Empress, whether you're masculine or feminine. It's almost like having the Midas touch. Anything that you put your effort or your time or your love or your talent into will blossom and bloom as long as you continue to nurture it. So there's something here about just going within and having an honest conversation with yourself. You've given the best of you to this and it's not working. And is it maybe time to pivot and give the best of you into something else that will maybe give you the reciprocity you're looking for, or the return on investment that you're looking for, or the growth or the expansion or the love and respect that you're looking for? You have the Strength card, the Ace of Cups, and the 3 of Cups. There's a new path, there's a new job, there's a new living situation, there's a new friendship, you know, a friend who becomes like a family member, like if this is maybe like a toxic family member, there's a new love partner. It's sort of waiting there for you. However, this can't come in as long as you're holding on to this. So basically this week, that Hermit to the Queen of Pentacles, it's saying what situation, this one, is asking you to look within, and what situation in your life has value to you. This has value, but it's capped. And you just have to ask yourself, is that good enough? If you woke up 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years from now, because I don't know how old you are, maybe you're in your 20s, and you were still with this friend, still living in this place, or still with this romantic partner, you know what I mean? Still in this location or still in this job, and nothing has changed. It is still the 4 of Pentacles. Would you be happy? Could you look back at your life and go, yeah, I did the right thing, I stayed in that? Or will you have some regrets that you didn't have the courage or the strength here to move towards that new beginning? I know it's a big question, and it's not asking you to move on it this week. It's not telling you to take action this week. It's just telling you to go within and ask yourself, if nothing changed here, when you get to that end of the line, and you do a life in review like we all do, and a lot of us do that throughout the course of our lifetime, not just like when we're on our deathbed, but is there a point in time where you would look back and regret staying in this? And if you're yes or a maybe, that's your answer, because this should be an absolute, and right now it's not. For some of you, it is a person in that 6 of Cups. And again, it could be the boss, the business partner, the friend, the family member. It could be your community, right? These could be your neighbors. But it's, again, if nothing changed, would you want to wake up 5 years, 10 years, 30 years from now and still have these people as your neighbors? So that's your little homework assignment here for this week. And it's just telling you to go within here, because the 8 of Pentacles is a card of self-mastery, and this person is alone here. So it's just telling you, like, to go within and have an honest conversation with yourself. Because this is a heavy lift, 10 of Wands, for you to maintain. And is that something you could continue doing indefinitely? Tell me more about that 10 of Wands. I feel like this is so heavy for you. One more shuffle. Thank you. Okay. The Celestial Weaver. That's the only your deck is the only one that has that other card. I was just saying that. The Two of Wands and the Six of Cups. There's that person again. So bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. So I feel like it's a heavy lift for you because you keep trying to invent new ways or come up with new creative ways, right? The Celestial Weaver. It's like, I keep trying to work with this person or work with the energies or work with God or, you know, the universe to try to like reinvent this. You know, I go to work every day with a better attitude, or I look for ways to, you know, deal with this person, or but you're at a crossroads here in the Two of Wands. How many more times can you continue to do this? Who's on the other end of this? What is their energy? Why are they making this so difficult for you? One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Sun, Leo, the Four of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then the Fool card. So I'm asking, why does this person make this so difficult for you? The first thing I noticed in the Sun card was someone is substantially taller than the other person. So is it that this person, like, you share house and home with them, and that's what makes it difficult for you? Or you're romantically linked to them with that Queen of Cups? Or are they holding something over your head? Like you know, you share residence with this person and you're you're capable of living on your own, but you're worried about living on your own. Tell me more about why this person makes it difficult. Or like if it's a boss, it's like, you know that you can find a better job. Why is this person, they're using house, home, structure, and your feelings? Because I'm asking, why is this person making this difficult for you? So they're tied to your structure, your stability, your house, your home, your family. Some of you are married to them. Your feelings are involved. That's why it's difficult. Like you like the job, but you hate the boss type of thing. Or you like the customers, but you don't like your coworkers. You like your house, but you don't like your neighbors. That's why it's difficult for you. Tell me more about that other energy. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have the Two of Swords. You have the Queen of Pentacles. That's down here as well. And you have the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. That's a lot of queens in this person's energy. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of third party. I mean, that might be there for some of you, where the reason why it's difficult is because, like, if it's a romantic partner, you love this partner, but they're undecided. They have one or two other options here. If this is a boss, this is someone that, like, you depend on that paycheck. You might really like your employees or what you do, your coworkers or your customers or what you do, but you don't necessarily like them. But you're emotionally invested. That's why this is so difficult for you. So now that makes sense to me. So again, I like the apartment, but there's only so much I can do here. I like the community, but I don't particularly like my next door neighbors. You know what I mean? That's the feeling. That's why it's difficult for you, because there is an aspect of it that you like or you admire or that you even love. But is that good enough? Is that good enough? Because whomever this is, they're not putting in the same effort as you are or the same reciprocity as you are. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Seven of Pentacles. There's that Five of Pentacles again. Wow, the Hierophant is in the reverse. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. The Hierophant in the reverse, and now we're looking at this in terms of advice, but the Hierophant in the reverse would be someone who could be overly critical of you. It could be someone who lacks spirituality or growth. It could be someone who at times is like illogical. It's someone who's superstitious but not spiritual. You know, it's like the person like, I can't walk under a ladder, you know, it's bad luck. That type of thing. And not that there's anything wrong with it, but they might not be spiritually aligned with you or the direction you're going in. This could be someone who's very narrow-minded and very authoritarian. But in terms of your advice, it's telling you to think long and hard. Seven of Pentacles. Because I see here, you know, there are 6 pentacles on the bush. So you have spent considerable amount of time or love or money, patience even, talent, invested, skill, you know, knowledge, experience. If this is work, you have invested in this. But you have an Ace of Pentacles at your feet here. And you have to decide, do you want to keep investing in whatever this is? Because you're clearly investing more. like you've already put in 6 pentacles, you're only getting 5. So you're left feeling, you know, negative. You're left feeling out in the cold. You're left not receiving the money that you should, or the attention or the love or the affection that you're receiving. You know, you're fixing up the apartment. Meanwhile, the landlord doesn't do the regular routine, you know, pest control. Like whoever this other person is, they're not pulling their weight here. And they could be a bit of an authoritarian, like very narrow-minded and very controlling. So this is just asking you this week in terms of advice to really give considerable thought. Do you want to do another cycle, Wheel of Fortune, with this Two of Swords? That's your decision. So before you can even move on from whomever, whatever this is, you first have to ask yourself, is this worth the investment? And if you were to wake up years down the line and nothing changed here, would you regret that you stayed, or would you be proud of yourself for moving on? That is what I have for you. If you like that message, resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.